How do you calculate tax? To calculate tax, you have to go to interest. You have earnings before. No, sorry, not yet. See. Good. At least you can say very confident saying, okay. This is easily available for everyone. And very it's okay, sir? And you don't worry so much because in infrastructure projects we do it in a different way. I just wanted to do this so that you have an idea of what is a corporate project. What I am discussing now is a corporate project. And since you are going to be part of the project product, now I want you to understand this is the rest of it is calculation. NPV calculation is you take the cash flow each year, discounted by this rate, you get the present value of future cash flows. Minus investment. Okay, this you have understood. Yes, no? Yes. Shall we try doing it? Before we go there, where is the risk? We'll come to that case later. In general, you are estimating the cash. Price of the product. What about number of products, quantity sold? Quantity estimate given. Estimate. You remember this is very big. There are two decisions you are taking. You are deciding today that these are the cash. What is the meaning of risk here? If this varies, then my projections all go haywire. This is my discounting rate. Discounting rate is the expected earnings or what would you call it? There is some word. 14% is rate of return. Expected return. Expected rate of return. As long as you understand. Expected rate of return. If these go haywire, then your rate of return will be less. That's what we mean in risk. If the actual rate of return is 13%, this project is we have made not a loss, but we have not got what we wanted. So when you want to appraise the risk that is involved, first of all you will see how good your estimates are. Your estimate in a simple thing is number of units sold into price. Estimate for a road project would be toll into number of PCOs, passenger car units there. So you can do that, you can do it for MDI also, number of students into the field. There are two things again in this. You have outflows, or not outflows, expenses, and you have earnings. What I wanted to say is, you have learned a lot about risk. In actual life, when you are trying to do this, risk would be uncertainty, and you must estimate. You can't put a number on it. You can try and put a number if you want. You must have a good idea of where the risk is coming from or where the uncertainty is. All that we talked about, you have made two assumptions. One is the expected rate of return, but more important is your expenses, cost of raw material, etc., and your earnings that you will sell so much. If these are sure, there is no risk in the project. So what we will do, there is another point I will do after this, is we will try to see where we have made assumptions to see whether this project is good or not. NPV greater than 0? It will be greater than 0 if these cash flows really come through in reality. It will be greater than or equal to 0 if expected rate of return remains at 14% in this case. If you make it 10, this will become. If you reduce the expected rate of return or the hurdle rate as we call it, then a non-viable project can become viable. I am stressing this to you because when a project comes to you, you can easily make it viable. 14 is what the commercially required work is. You take it as a socially relevant project, and therefore we are willing to accept 9%. Or you increase earnings, you decrease. How do you increase earnings? You say, oh, rainfall will be very good, farmers will all buy Mercedes-Benz and therefore. How do you decrease expenses? Because we are a government company and more coal will be found and more. Be very sure where you are making the assumption. I am not trying to say please manipulate or all that. I am trying to say this is where you can manipulate. This is where a person when he comes to a bank manipulates it. This is where you would like to do it. But let's have a fair thing. Yeah.
I was just thinking, I was telling them also that a public sector company will tend to do what exactly you said, and private sector can do exactly the opposite.
Anybody from power sector, that's a very interesting sector right now. You are from power. Hydropower. The pricing of electricity is what is called pass-through price. All costs are passed on to the consumer. They have a complicated formula. I have not even attempted to understand it. Prof. C.P. Gupta was an expert on that. It's changing slowly. But whatever NTPC produces, all its costs is passed on to the consumer. Consumer means to the person who buys, who ultimately we all pay for.
Like average cost pricing.
Yeah. So once then costing becomes important, then you include everything in the cost.
They always try to jack up the cost of the project.
Game is very simple. We make it very complicated. Otherwise, people won't come and do MBA.
You know
If
everything.
people don't come, there are roti ka problem. No, I'm telling you, and that was on a lighter note. It is a serious issue. But the more you keep simplifying, you know where you are all executives. Every day do you go and check whether उसने झाड़ू लगाया क्या, उसने ये किया क्या, I am in charge of the hostel. Every day if I go there and check ये है क्या वो, it's not possible. But you look at the crucial things. I always give the example. Have you ever had a chance to peek into the cockpit of a Boeing or a big plane? फोटो तो देखा होगा ना, कितने डायल्स हैं, कितने इंडिकेटर्स हैं, कितने वो सब स्टडी करने में 30 साल लगती है. If I start thinking this one, who will do the flight? My neighbor was a pilot. I had to ask him, what are all these instruments for? Each one is crucial. But if that fellow keeps seeing those instruments, he cannot fly. What does he do? There are some crucial at different times. You see different crucial. आजकल की कार को मजा ही नहीं आता. तो पहले कार में एमीटर होता था, ऑयल इंडिकेटर होता था, वाटर इंडिकेटर तो होता नहीं था.